Karina. Thank you for joining me for today's yoga session with breathing. Breathing is very important, as we all know, to catch our breath, to calm down and de-stress, especially during this time on lockdown and quarantine. And if a lot of us are mobile or don't have access to open space to exercise, this is something that can easily be done in the comforts of your home. So let's begin. An easy seated position, cross-legged. If your ankles are too tight, you're also most welcome to place your feet forwards, resting. If you can manage, also a easy seated position, cross-legged. Palms on your knees or facing outwards, whichever is comfortable. Roll your shoulders back straight. We're going to have deep breaths for 5 counts. Inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. And last round, inhale, exhale. Let's take a moment to stand up to the front of our mat. This is our mountain pose. Tuck in your tailbone, roll your shoulders back, engage your core. Raise your arms up, fingers facing to the ceiling, head facing up or facing forwards, core still engaged, and forward fold from the hips. Hands to the side of your feet. If you're very tight on your calves and your lower back, you can also bend your knees so that your chest is to your thighs. If you can manage and touch your toes or touch to the side of the feet. From here, halfway forward fold, facing outwards. Make sure you have a flat back, not arched, flat back, slightly bent knees. And from here, place your hands onto the mat, right foot back, left foot back, into our plank. We're going to stay here for 5 counts. Make sure your shoulders are stacked above your wrists, glutes engaged, core engaged, belly button tucked in, internally rotated thighs. And from here, lower your knees, chest and chin. From here, slide forward into your baby cobra. You should internally rotate your thighs, engage your glutes, shine your collarbones forward, and your chest away from the mat. From here, we're going to tuck our toes into a downward dog. If your heels are having trouble facing the ground or touching the ground, you can also bend your knees and make sure you are stretching, extending your spine, pushing positive impact energy from the mat from your hands, and your tailbone facing and pulling in the opposite direction. 2 breaths. Great. From here, place your right foot forward and your left foot forward into your halfway forward fold, flat back, facing forward, and back down to your forward fold. Again, bend your knees so your chest is to your thighs if you cannot touch your toes with straight legs. Raise your hands up into an outstretch, fingertips facing the ceiling. We're going to do another round for our left side. Forward fold. Hands to the side of your feet, chest to your thighs, or straighten your legs. Halfway forward fold, flat back. Hands to the mat, left foot back and right foot back into a plank. We'll stay here for 5 counts. Make it count. Internally rotate your thighs, shoulders above your wrists. Engage your core, glutes. Protract your shoulders. Knees, chest and chin down to the ground. And forward into a baby cobra. Tuck your toes in. Push into a downward facing dog. Again, if your heels are not flat on the mat, you can also bend your knees and still pull away from the mat. Make sure your fingers are spread apart and also slightly gripping the mat so you don't slip. Engage your core. Press your shoulders away from your ears and place forward with your left foot forward and your right forward foot into your forward fold. Bend the knees if you need. Halfway forward fold, flat back, and arms raised up to the ceiling, outstretched. We're now going to do our Sun Salutations with Chaturangas. Chaturangas are like our push-ups from planks, but a slow reverse push-up. Follow me. Arms raised up to the ceiling, tailbone tucked in, shoulders back. Forward fold from the hips. Hands to the side of your feet. Halfway forward fold. Make sure your back is flat. Hands to the mat. Now, we're going to inhale and exhale and jump back this time. Inhale, exhale, and jump into a plank. Again, make sure your glutes, your core are engaged, shoulders protracted back, and we're going to slowly lower into Chaturanga. And from here, we're going to go into upward facing dog. So the idea is to really engage all parts of your body so that you can hold your body in. If you need a regression from Chaturanga, you're also most welcome to be on your knees and slowly lower down into upward facing dog. All right, we're now in upward facing dog, and you guessed it, we're going to go into a downward facing dog. Again, pulling away, your tailbone away from the mat, pressing fingertips widespread in front of you. Bend your knees if needed. And this time we're going to jump to the front of the mat. Be careful here not to over jump. So let's have a try. All right. And here we go. Halfway forward fold, flat back, and now into a full forward fold. Bend your knees if needed. And raise your arms to the ceiling. All right. Thank you for joining me on this sequence. You can repeat the sequence as many times as you like.